guys, what's up? How's it going? This is Easy Pictures to Draw. I'm Enrique, and today we're going to go over just a couple of tips on drawing like kind of weird cartoons, you know, like those freaky stylized ones. I just have a couple of tips on that, and a lot of it's going to be involving trying to find your own design language and also kind of looking through others. So for example, if you want to draw something like a nose, obviously what I would do with caricatures a lot would be to take a regular nose, right? So if I got like a, let's just say a regular human nose like this, I would, you know, exaggerate the size of it, the scale of it, maybe if they have a little bit of a ball of it, but it would still be more or less semi-realistic. You know, like obviously that would have to be on a face for you to kind of like figure that out, but I would pull it out a little bit. But for some guys, I remember I saw within caricatures would do really just wild stuff. For example, if they had like a slightly bigger nose, it would be literally that, like Despicable Me, stuff like that. You know what I mean? Things of that sort. And that is your prerogative. That is kind of like the way you kind of, you know, a lot of that is, I mean, obviously all of drawing is decision making, but that is some very drastic decision making. So I would say try to mess around with that if you already know the structures of features and things of that sort. So let's just say this is a regular mouth. Let's just say it's a regular mouth. You know, people will draw a straight up line, and obviously these are out of context. They're not on a face, which I'll show a little bit in a second here. You know, people draw. Look at anime, things of that sort, chibi, which I've done a lot on this channel, and I'm going to go over more on how to do that specifically. You know, like a mouth. Think of what weird shapes do they become. For example, when that mouth is an O, you know, like, oh, it's shocked, straight up a dot. Would you add a little? You know, you see that a lot in like cartoons. This is where it connects to the upper lip. Or would it be connect to the bottom lip? And that's funny because that's where it gets really fun, would be these really crazy, bizarre ways of thinking. And a lot of that is idea based and, you know, looking at other people and things of that sort. So like things like the eye. Well, let me take another sheet of paper. Am I in the middle here? Hopefully this is focused. Yeah. So if you take like, you know, regular caricature type eyes that I do a lot. I just have a set of eyes right there. You could, you know, that could end up being, you know, obviously the first one that comes to mind would be two dots, things like Dilbert, things like that. You know, what else? Adventure Time does that, I believe, right? You could do just straight up circles, which is an obvious one, like The Simpsons and so many others. Yeah, Simpsons does that as well. They pick their own style and they kind of did their own thing. You know, what's another one? Maybe these freaky triangle type eyes. And you could do this from real people of that sort. And I'll do demos of this one day too, like do more animated style, because that's pretty much what a lot of animation is. But I'm just calling it these kind of. This is like such a relative to caricatures, you know, and sometimes it is caricatures. I've seen people draw beards like this, you know, like a beard on a face. Like that's the mouth and that's the beard. Or thinking in abstract. That would be kind of the best thing. So if I was to just doodle some heads off the top of my head without reference right now, I would be thinking of something like that. Obviously I'm already drawing like from something that looks really familiar. That's straight up The Simpsons, so I'm gonna change that. And this can be really fun from this marker, by the way. from this particular marker, like using these markers. This is the Faber-Castell PITT Artist Pen, by the way, the big brush. I'll put a link in the description below if you want to buy it. It's the best marker I've used ever for caricaturing, and it's really good for just messing around. You know, I would say an exercise would be create a lot of strange little heads, you know, just weird ones in different styles that you can think of. Maybe that's a nose of some kind. Let's see. Maybe this guy's bald. Maybe his ear is gross. Pull that out. Man, that one's gross. Let's give him a little bit of hair. Let's give him a flat mohawk of some kind. You know, but I would do like a page of 10, something like that. Let's see, what's another one? Let me do one more for the camera here. Let's see. So the nose will be, this one will be. Maybe that'll be the nose. The mouth. This one's turning really gross. It's also, it doesn't have a lot of structure in it. I gotta put that back in there. Let's see, could the hair be different? These are good for exercises too, by the way, for caricatures. You can get ideas and find a specific style, like you stumble onto a specific style that way. It's basically normal teeth. But if you, do you understand my idea? You gotta come up with different and abstract shapes, and that will really help your creativity within regular caricatures, and even just like with cartoons and animation. It's such a big part of it. It's extremely fun to do that, like in a sketchbook or just on pieces of paper like this. Just do, you know, maybe 10. That could be a good exercise. And just, yeah, maybe it's 10 like that. I thought he was missing his ear. I didn't know that I forgot that was his ear. Anyways, that's kind of it. That's just kind of a light little talk, a couple of vague tips on drawing maybe these strange little heads of you know, from the from your mind, and you know, experimenting with your style. I don't even know what I'm gonna call this video, to be honest. But we'll see. So anyways, that's kind of it. If you have any more caricature questions, let me know, because I'm curious to make more videos on that. Let me know how you like this video. If you do, press the like button and share it. Sharing it is the biggest, best thing you can possibly do for me. And thank you guys. I am very grateful, and a happy New Year, guys. See you later.